Have you ever wondered why justice is often depicted as blindfolded in various cultures and arts, including tarot cards? It's a compelling image, isn't it? A blindfolded figure, scales in one hand, a sword in the other. This is the Justice Tarot card, a symbol laden with meaning and significance. The blindfold represents impartiality, the ideal that justice isn't swayed by external influences. The scales, they symbolize balance and the weighing of evidence, and the sword, it stands for the power of reason and justice, cutting through deceit. But the Justice Tarot card is more than just a collection of symbols. It represents truth, fairness, law, cause and effect, and decision-making. It's a card that challenges us to confront the reality of our actions and the consequences they bring about. It's a reminder of the natural balance of life's cycles. The Justice Tarot card invites us to weigh our decisions carefully, highlighting that our actions have consequences. What do the scales, sword and blindfold truly represent in the Justice Tarot card? Let's dive into the symbolism. The scales, often held in the left hand of Lady Justice, represent decision-making and balance. They remind us that every action has an equal and opposite reaction, calling for thoughtful deliberation in our choices. The scales encourage us to weigh the pros and cons, to strive for equilibrium in our lives. Next, the sword, typically held in the right hand, symbolizes clarity and intellect. It's a beacon of truth, cutting through confusion and ambiguity with sharpness and precision. The sword stands for logical thought, reminding us to use our minds to make fair and just decisions. The blindfold, worn by Lady Justice, signifies impartiality. It emphasizes the need to make decisions without prejudice or bias, to consider all sides and perspectives. It's a reminder that justice should be blind, treating all equally irrespective of status or circumstance. Now, you might notice the number 11 on this card, or 8 in some decks, which further underlines the theme of balance. It's a subtle nod to the equilibrium we must maintain in our lives, both internally and externally. Finally, let's touch upon the pillars that often frame Lady Justice. These represent the tangible and intangible aspects of life, the seen and unseen, the conscious and subconscious. They remind us that justice isn't merely about the physical world, but also involves the spiritual realm. The Justice Tarot card is a reminder that our decisions should be made with fairness and impartiality, driven by intellect and mindful of the balance between the tangible and intangible. So, what does the Justice Tarot card signify when it appears in a tarot reading? When the Justice card appears, it's often a signal that a decision needs to be made, one that requires a balanced mind and a fair approach. It's a call to weigh all sides of a situation, to consider all evidence and to act with integrity and honesty. This card is not just about legal matters, though it can certainly signify that. It's about justice in a broader sense, justice in our everyday lives, in our interactions with others, and in the decisions we make. Imagine the scales of justice evenly balanced, neither side outweighing the other. This is the essence of the Justice card. It's a reminder that every action has a reaction, every decision a consequence. Whether these consequences are positive or negative depends on our initial actions and decisions. The Justice card can also indicate a need for balance in other aspects of life. Perhaps you've been focusing too much on one area, neglecting others. Or maybe there's an imbalance in a relationship that needs addressing. The Justice card calls for equilibrium, for fairness in all things. But remember, the Justice card is not a harbinger of doom. It's a prompt, a nudge to take a step back, assess the situation, and act with fairness and integrity. When justice appears in a reading, it is a call to look at our actions and decisions, a reminder that we are accountable for our choices. Hey, let's recap what we've learned about the Justice Tarot card. This card, steeped in symbolism, stands for truth, fairness, and decision-making. The scales, sword, and throne are reminders of the impartiality and discernment needed in our lives. In a reading, the Justice card is a potent sign, urging us to consider our actions and their consequences. It prompts us to seek balance and fairness in our dealings. The Justice Tarot card, with its rich symbolism and potent meaning, serves as a profound reminder of the inescapable law of cause and effect in our lives.